Hello. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a good day. It really has been, or feels like it has been forever since I've done a regular video. For a lot of different reasons, mainly for my mental health and physical health and just well-being. Sometimes we just have to pull ourselves away from the outside world and really focus on our world, because that's the one that we live in. So I really didn't have any plans on coming back and doing videos. Excuse my hair. I've been working out in the yard. I'm hot. I wet my hair. But I put this in to try to keep it out of my face so that I wouldn't have to worry about it. Anyways, I had no intentions on coming back and doing any video anytime soon, but I got out and about yesterday, which I don't really do that very often, and I got several messages, not only while I was out, but yesterday after I got home. The biggest one being, and the one that just keeps pushing at me, which is kind of why I'm here, is Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, something about Mickey and Minnie, Disney, maybe, something along those lines. So it started with this. In case you don't know what it is, it's a little light that's rechargeable, right? Mickey, Minnie, right? Okay. Got it at the Freebie Kitten place. Okay, so then we went through to a thrift store because they had their certain clothes were 75% off and certain clothes were 50% off. So we went in and we were looking, and the first thing was, I guess you would call it like a tunic top, but maybe just like a long blouse. And it was very simple, like a short sleeve, kind of wide neck. It kind of had like a little flare at the end, and it was red with white polka dots. And that made me think of Minnie Mouse. And the person that I was with, I actually lifted it up and showed her and said, I don't know why, but this makes me think of Minnie Mouse. Well, then we kind of separated. I moved away from the clothes and kind of started going through the rest of the store. And, I have key areas that I always hit that, are important to me. And one of those is the pet supplies. And this specific thrift store doesn't really have a big pet area or even like really a designated pet area. But it's like one little basket of pet stuff. And so I was digging in there looking for harnesses, collars, that kind of stuff. And no bullshit. I've never seen one before in my life, but it was a harness and all the straps were black. And on the back where the shoulders are, where all the black cords meet, there was a red Minnie/Mickey 2 ears and a head, right? Which, of course, I don't need anything like that, so I didn't get it. But that was 3 times within a very close proximity of time that happened. So then later on, when I got home, I did my chores and whatnot. And then when I started settling down for the night, well, this came to me while I was doing chores. And so I wrote it down later when I got done. The battle makes us strong. The cycles prepare us for what's to come. And even still, I guess I'm not to the point of healing where I still see that from multiple perspectives. And for me, it doesn't necessarily change the impact of whatever, because we all went through similar things, but then, specific details might have been very different. But obviously, especially when you're going through the thick of it, depending on where you're at in your life, you may not even ask, what good this could be bringing, or what, positive effects this could be bringing into my life. We get very consumed by the loss, the hurt, depending on what caused that. Obviously, there's other things that go with it. But I said all that to say, we never know how strong we are until we don't have a choice. Sometimes some of us need to be stronger than others because the calling on our life requires us to be stronger. And, depending on how you look at this life, it might change the details of why and how that happens. But, a lot of times, especially for those of us that are the chosen, we chose to come back here. We chose to be a part of healing humanity. And that requires experts in all different fields. Humanity it's not a one fix issue. You can't just take a pill and fix it. You can't just swipe that tab away and pretend that, things didn't happen that led to where we are as a human race as a whole. Not the black race, the white race, the Hispanic race. We are all humans. We all feel pain. We all feel love. We all feel anger. And we deal with all those feelings differently. And because of that, it may take us longer to get to our warrior status where, sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me type thing. And that doesn't, when we get to that point, it doesn't necessarily mean that things don't bother us anymore. But even though those things bother us, we're still able to process it, work through it, take the good and the bad, and then be on our way. And the good and the bad both apply to, skills that we're going to need in the future. Because even though we don't see what's going to come our way, somebody does. And we probably do too. We just don't remember. I guess some people are in my, adding to my book of knowledge and getting out there and, learning more. I guess some people do remember. But either because of transitions or things that have been done to us since we've been here, some of us don't. And so it takes us a lot longer to get there. And some people, unfortunately, never get there because they give up. They give in. Either because they don't understand, or because they don't remember, or because, they've experienced so much trauma and pain and deceit in their lives that they literally give up. Okay. Sorry, I got a little long-winded. Okay. And then later on, when I was settling down for the evening, I got being humble and pushing through the struggle teaches you to value life. It teaches you the value of life. When you're used to having something, whatever it is, something simple, something expensive, something extreme, when you're used to having it and then you don't have it, it's going to affect your life no matter what it is, a person, place, thing, substance, whatever. If you are used to having it every day and then all of a sudden it's taken away, it's going to cause ripples in the water. But obviously, if it's something good, if it's something that nourished you or something that assisted you, you're going to miss it not being there. But if it's something that you've never had, you don't know what it feels like to have it. You don't know the impact that it would have on your life if you did have it. So it doesn't have as much of an effect on you that you don't have it. But when you have it and it's taken away, it teaches you the value. Just like when you have to work really, 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 really hard for something, you appreciate it more. You know, our parents or grandparents tell us that when we're growing up, and there's probably certain times where we're just like, psh, or we just don't understand. But, you know, is it better to have loved than lost, or to have never loved at all? And just apply that mentality to anything. Is it better to have had it and lost it, to where, you know, it taught you something, it changed your life, it changed the way you looked at things? Or do you wish that you would have never had it? But do you take into consideration the effect that would have on your life if you would have never had it? The whole butterfly effect theory. You know, that even though something's so simple and so small that you think, oh, you know, it'll be okay. But then it's like, well, but wait a minute. Would you be okay if it would have never been there? So, you know, a lot of times, especially when we deal with loss or lack, it's teaching us to be humble and appreciate what we do have. Be thankful for it while we do have it. That way, if somewhere down the road we lose it, we can say, well, you know, I made the best of it while I had it. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or just a mindset. It was 12:22 when I looked at the clock. I'm going to have to pause and come back.